The city of Assur, nestled on the banks of the Tigris River, had long been a center of trade and culture in Mesopotamia. Yet for centuries it lived in the shadow of powerful empires, from the Babylonians in the south to the Mitanni in the west. This changed with the ascension of Assur-ubalit I in 1365 BCE. At this time, the ancient Near East was a whirlwind of shifting alliances and ambitious rulers. Assur-ubalit I, however, proved to be a shrewd statesman and a fearless warrior. He inherited a kingdom yearning for independence and expansion. He would lead Assyria into a new era, laying the groundwork for the vast empire it would become. Assur-ubalit I's reign marked the beginning of the Middle Assyrian period, a pivotal epoch in Assyrian history. This era saw the transformation of Assyria from a minor player into a major power in the ancient Near East. The seeds of this transformation were sown by Assur-ubalit I's calculated decisions and military victories. He understood that to break free from the shackles of subjugation, Assyria needed to forge alliances and strategically dismantle its enemies. This understanding would guide his every move, ultimately shaping the destiny of Assyria and leaving a lasting impact on the region's geopolitical landscape. Assur-ubalit I's reign coincided with the decline of the Mitanni Empire, which had dominated much of Mesopotamia for generations. The Mitanni, weakened by internal strife and facing pressure from the Hittites in Anatolia, presented both a challenge and an opportunity for the ambitious Assyrian king. Assur-ubalit I recognized this opportunity and seized it with both hands. He understood that to elevate Assyria's status, he needed to dismantle the Mitanni's grip on power, and he was willing to take bold steps to achieve this goal. His calculated maneuvers and strategic alliances would ultimately topple the Mitanni and pave the way for Assyria's rise to prominence. Recognizing the shared threat of the Mitanni, Assur-ubalit I initiated diplomatic overtures with the Hittites, another rising power in the region. This alliance proved to be a masterstroke of diplomacy. The Hittites, led by their ambitious king Suppiluliuma I, were eager to expand their influence southwards and saw in Assur-ubalit I a valuable ally against the Mitanni. This alliance shifted the balance of power in the region, effectively isolating the Mitanni and setting the stage for their downfall. It also marked the beginning of a period of Assyrian-Hittite cooperation that would have significant implications for the future of the Near East. The alliance between Assur-ubalit I and Suppiluliuma I was cemented through a carefully negotiated treaty. This treaty, likely involving promises of mutual assistance in times of war and recognition of each other's spheres of influence, laid the groundwork for a coordinated assault on the Mitanni. It was a testament to Assur-ubalit I's diplomatic skills that he was able to secure such an alliance with a powerful empire like the Hittites. This alliance not only served Assyria's immediate interests by weakening the Mitanni, but also laid the foundation for future collaborations and power-sharing agreements between these two emerging empires. The Assyrian-Hittite alliance proved to be a formidable force. The combined might of their armies proved too much for the already weakened Mitanni Empire. With the Hittites attacking from the west and the Assyrians from the east, the Mitanni were caught in a pincer movement. Their once vast empire crumbled under the pressure, with their major cities falling one after another. The destruction of the Mitanni Empire not only removed a significant obstacle to Assyrian expansion, but also sent a clear message to the rest of the Near East. Assyria was a force to be reckoned with. With the Mitanni effectively neutralized, Assur-ubalit I turned his attention towards consolidating Assyrian power and expanding his kingdom's borders. He launched a series of military campaigns that brought vast territories under Assyrian control. These campaigns were not merely about conquest, but also about securing vital trade routes, resources, and strategic positions. Assur-ubalit I's victories established Assyria as the dominant power in northern Mesopotamia and ushered in a new era of Assyrian dominance in the region. One of the most significant events of Assur-ubalit I's reign was the capture of the city of Nineveh. Once a prominent Mitanni stronghold, Nineveh held immense strategic and symbolic significance. Its capture by Assur-ubalit I not only dealt a severe blow to any remaining Mitanni resistance, but also provided Assyria with a strategically important city that would later become its capital. The capture of Nineveh marked a turning point in Assyrian history, solidifying its position as a major player in the ancient Near East. To further solidify his authority and legitimize his rule, Assur-ubalit I undertook a series of symbolic acts. One such act was the sending of a sacred statue of the goddess Ishtar to the Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten. This gesture, recorded in the Amarna letters, served multiple purposes. It showcased Assyria's newfound power and influence, placing it on par with other major powers of the time like Egypt. It also aimed to establish diplomatic ties with Egypt, potentially seeking recognition and trade agreements. The sending of Ishtar's statue highlights Assur-ubalit I's strategic thinking and his understanding of the importance of diplomacy alongside military strength.